Ladies and gentlemen, today we venture into the world of words and films, the land of novels and their cinematic counterparts, and we face a question that's been the source of countless debates, countless discussions. Should you read the book before you watch the movie? Or should you, perhaps, reverse this often prescribed course and watch the movie before immersing yourself in the source material? Firstly, let me clarify. The argument is not to suggest the superiority of one medium over the other. Novels are remarkable creations, encapsulating worlds within words and painting vibrant landscapes within our minds. Movies, on the other hand, are audio-visual wonders, captivating us with the stunning visuals and performances, breathtaking sequences, and stirring music that only film can offer. Both, in their own rights, are magnificent methods of storytelling. However, it is the relationship between the two that we're here to scrutinize today, and I proclaim that watching the movie before reading the book offers a more enriching experience overall. I'm aware this might seem like heresy to some book purists out there, but bear with me. Consider this. You've just read a fantastic novel. It's moved you, it's entertained you, it's made you think. Now, you discover that there's a movie based on this book. Excited, you walk into the cinema, eager to see the characters you've come to know, the story you've come to love, brought to life on the silver screen. But then, disappointment strikes. The movie doesn't match up to your expectations, it doesn't align with your imagination. Characters, settings, major plot lines even, may have been altered or omitted entirely. The visual representation clashes with what you've envisioned in your mind. Your experience of the movie is overshadowed by the weight of your disappointment, not because the movie was necessarily bad, but because it wasn't what you imagined based on the book. But now, let's imagine a different scenario. You go to the cinema, knowing little about the story you're about to see unfold. You're engaged, entertained, moved by the narrative, by the performances, etc. You love the movie. Now, you discover there's a book this movie was based on. Curious, you decide to delve into the book. As you read, you're not confronted with the jarring differences, but rather the additional depth. The book brings more context, more backstory, a deeper insight into the characters' thoughts and feelings. Your reading experience is enriched by the visuals of the movie, the faces of the actors, the score that touches your soul, the thrilling set pieces that make your heart race. The book isn't lessening the movie experience, it's enhancing it. The movie becomes a guide, lending you its vivid visuals, lending you its talented cast. The characters in the book are no longer faceless entities, but are personified by the actors who portrayed them on screen. The sceneries are not abstract descriptions, but actual visuals that played out on the cinema screens. Your mind isn't left to wander and clash with the depiction on screen, because it was the screen that set the stage for your imagination. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the changes and omissions in the adaptation. When you've seen the movie first, these are not points of frustration, but moments of discovery. Instead of being irked by the missing subplots, you appreciate their inclusions in the novel. Instead of being upset by the condensed narrative, you relish the opportunity to explore the story in more detail. Watching the 1989 film adaptation of Pet Sematary before delving into the original novel by Stephen King gave me a unique lens through which to interpret the rich narrative laid out in the book. The vivid imagery and haunting performances in the film created a vibrant atmosphere of fear and suspense, a mental storyboard that embellished my reading experience. This sequence of engagement allowed me to appreciate the depth of the characters and the intricate plot details woven into the text without feeling the film fell short, a sentiment that might have surfaced had I approached the film with preconceived notions formed from the book. It offered a harmonious blend of visual stimulation and imaginative interpretation, enriching my overall engagement with the story in both mediums. With all that said, I absolutely declare that watching a movie before reading the book leads to a more enjoyable and enriching experience overall. It turns the frustration of a different adaptation into the joy of enhanced depth. It eliminates the disappointment of unmet expectations and replaces it with the excitement of discovering more about a story you've come to love. We are not always afforded the luxury of choosing the order in which we encounter a story, but when we do, why not consider this alternative approach to the usual? Watch the movie, let it draw you in, let it make you fall in love with the characters, the story, the world it presents. Then pick up the book, immerse yourself in it, let it surprise you, let it enrich what you've already come to know and love. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what storytelling is all about? To surprise us, to move us, to let us explore worlds and live different lives from our own, and to keep us coming back for more? Yes, I think it is.